fucking foolproof, this. The first is, we've already kind of talked about it. Let's hammer the point home. Since we're talking to prostitutes, let's really fucking hit it hard and hammer it home. Make sure you take 100% payment up front. Okay, not everyone's going to be able to do that. I get that. But if you can't, then there's another way around it. But when you can, do it. So freelancers of all descriptions can take a payment 100% up front. And the thing is, people are used to doing it. You buy anything online, you pay up front, whether it's a product or a service, pretty much. Mm-hmm. The only time you don't is if there's a human interaction part of it. Anything you buy online, pretty much you pay up front. I mean, there are exceptions. You buy things in installments, yeah, fine. But, you know, you buy downloadable products and things like that. It's nearly always, it's certainly definitely not unusual to pay all up front. And you have the money back guarantee. So if you just trust, you know, the precedent is set. So that's one way. The other way is you can use what's called an escrow service. Now, not everyone's going to be familiar with that. So if I explain what it is and you already know, don't think I'm patronizing you, because I'm not. All right, but some people just don't know what an escrow service is. An escrow service is a third party, trusted third party, where you got client and the buyer. Sorry, you got the seller and you got the buyer. Okay, the buyer gives the money into the escrow service and they put it in a little bank account. The seller delivers the goods, performs the service or whatever, and when that's done, the escrow service releases the money to the seller. I've used it myself, escrow.com. I sold a website domain for several tens of thousands of pounds. I bought it 18 years before for 13 quid or whatever it was in those days, and sold it for several tens of thousands of pounds using escrow.com, and it works flawlessly. Okay, you obviously have acceptance criteria, but they pay the money into this bank account, if you like, and then they get the money out. Now, you could use solicitors to do that, I guess, but an escrow service is best because they're underwritten. Now, the beauty of that is, one, you don't get cheated. The buyer doesn't get cheated, nor does the seller. Obviously, you need acceptance criteria. But the other thing is this: it also vets the integrity of both your seller and your buyer. From a seller's point of view, which I'm more interested in because we are sellers and we are teaching guys in the trades to be sellers of their products and services. Okay, as far as you're concerned, it shows you are trustworthy because you are prepared to do that. You can't run off with the money. Okay, and you're trusting them in the sense that you trust them to accept the acceptance criteria. Okay, I'm not. There will be ways to resolve disputes, but like I said before, the acceptance criteria must be very clear. You can't just say, "Oh, we're happy." You would need explicit criteria. That's just a detail. From the buyer's point of view, it means, well, from the seller's point of view, it shows the buyer has integrity too. Because here's the thing: the buyer is going to have, say, you're doing a job for a 10K bathroom. That 10K, the buyer is saying, "Yeah, you deliver me a bathroom. I'm going to give you the 10K." If they haven't got the 10K, or they've no intention of paying the 10K, yeah, they won't pay it into escrow. One, because they can't, or two, they don't want to. But if they won't, if they say, well, no, I don't want to do it that way, there's no good reason for them not doing it that way. Mm-hmm. The only reason I can think of for them not to use an escrow service or to decline to use an escrow service, point blank, is they've already decided they're going to cheat you. No honest person would refuse to use an escrow service.
Not after they've had it explained to them.
No, absolutely right. Once they understand it, and they understand it's irrevocable, it's trusted, it's guaranteed, just like your bank's guaranteed, etc., etc. You know, and you could probably perform something similar to an escrow service by having a joint. You could set up a joint bank account in the name of the buyer and the seller, and it requires both signatures to release the funds. Now, that would, because then it would perform a similar thing. An escrow service will be quicker and easier, but a bank account similar to that, maybe administered by a solicitor, would also do the job.